I was returning from my summer holiday after 5 days. My little brother was taking care of my all three aquascapes. He was just turning the light on and off according to the time I told him. After entering into the house, the first thing I did was checking my aquascape whether they are still okay or they got any issues. Then I checked if my fish was okay. So as I took my hand to the top of the tank and everybody came to the top, they were very hungry. This means that all of my fish were okay. That's a relief. I was very worried about my aquascape because every time I go on holiday my tank gets some kind of algae problem. Looks like this tank didn't get any algae problems. All my alligators were doing a great job. That's why alligators are necessary in an aquascape. I noticed that plants have grown a little taller and all the crypts looked bigger than before. I don't know why it's been only 5 days. I only got little bits of hair algae in here, but that's easily removable by a toothbrush. Okay, now this was my Nano moss shrimp tank. The front glass got some dust. I was mainly worried about this one because it's a 4-month-old setup, so it's quite new. I turned on the light of the aquarium, and as I take a look in the aquascape, I was shocked. I got upset because my tank got a huge algae outbreak. Man, it's impossible for me to have a stress-free vacation. After getting an algae slab right after returning from the vacation, it was time to get into the work. This is the downside of the Nano setups because the water parameter could easily get altered. The side glass also got some green dust algae, but still, the green dust algae is easier to clean than the hair algae. Also, my shrimp and scarlet berries did some digging and rolled over some aquasoil into the sand. It's been only 5 days and the top part of the moss is fully covered with hair algae. The background stem plants were overgrown and were coming out of the water level. I talked to my brother and he told me that he thought that my fish and shrimp would die if they don't eat, and so he put some food into the tank. Also, my tank gets some indirect sunlight in the morning from the window, plus the layout itself is kinda vertical, so the upper part of the layout gets more light compared to the lower part. This was how I left my aquascape, and only within 5 days it turned into this. The overfeeding, the sunlight and the aquarium light caused all these algae outbreaks. Well, enough talk, it's time to get into work. First, I remove the filter as it will be much easier to work in a tank of this size. I top up the tank with some water. I'm just gonna take a toothbrush and rub it along the hair algae, just like you're combing your hair. The long strings of the hair algae will easily come off. Some of the Christmas moss is also coming out with the hair algae, but that's okay. Some of the hair algae is so tightly rooted into the moss that it's impossible to remove them with the brush. So I'm trimming them. I'm trimming the upper layer of the moss. You don't need to be careful while trimming the moss. No matter how you trim them, they will always grow back. But try not to pluck bigger chunks of moss from the stone, just like I did here. I got a little rough with the brush and then I got a big clump of the moss separated from the stone. Fun fact, you can use a blunt scissor as a tweezer. The sand path is more visible now here. Now, the other side of the hardscape. I tried another brush. These bristles are harder than that of the brush I used before. Didn't really make a difference. But I'm done with the moss now. Let's clean this up. Remember, always use a bucket while siphoning. Did I just siphon a cherry shrimp? No, that wasn't a shrimp. They run away when they feel any kind of flow in the water, and if I even took the pipe near the shrimps, they would run away. That was a piece of java fern leaf. I added that to get some food for the shrimp. It's time to change the water now, so let's do a 50% water change quickly. I'm using the same brush to clean the green dust algae from the side glass. Even the stand of the light got algae. It's freaking crazy. Let's fill it up again. Attach the filter again. I attached the filter with the surface skimmer this time because the water surface gets a little dusty as the wind brings all the dust from the window. Now it's time for the cryptocurrency jungle. This is gonna be relatively easy. I just take out 40% of the water from the tank, then clean the front glass, fill it up with water again. Then I trim the stem plant, replant them. After doing all this, I remembered that I forgot the main part. I forgot to clean the hair algae here. So I took a brush and cleaned the hair algae. This string looking brown stuff is a root. It's a root of java fern and it's covered with hair algae. So I'm just going to use my hand and rip it off. And now I can take a break. And we are finished with the weekly maintenance. It's a relief, guys. Now I'm going to take a deep sleep. Till then, you guys can subscribe to this channel. I'll be uploading updates about these aquascapes on this channel. Also, I just built a new aquascape in this month, but it's facing some issues. I'll be uploading a video on that on next week. So stay connected, keep subscribed and keep aquascaping.